Okie dokie, let me see here. Welcome back to the channel, you guys. What I thought I would do today, which would be kind of cool, in my mind at least, was I've been playing some Forza and I've been playing some GT7, and I kind of have the ability to switch between the two for you guys. So I thought it'd be really cool to get like the same exact car, so I figured I'd get the Elantra and Hyundai in both games and then just compare how they drive and everything like that, the sound of the cars, the AI. So let me grab in GT7 here, I'm just going to grab a brand new Hyundai Elantra N so that both cars are kind of the same. I'm not going to get the TCR version, I'm just going to get the regular. So no momento for that, I apologize. The one in the Forza game is a 22, but I don't think there's really effectively any difference between the two. Okay, so we got a brand new Elantra N23. We'll get in that car now. And then let's switch back over to Forza because that's where my sound is. Let me select the stream and everything. So I'm going to switch over to Forza. And then let me switch my monitor. And let me plug this into the computer here. Should probably turn these off first, but that'll be all right. So let's start with Forza first. And I figured the best first track would just be the Nürburgring because I know the Nürburgring pretty well. I love the Nürburgring. We'll set our wheel to the correct settings first, and then we're going to race in free play. We're going to do a circuit race. We'll just do one lap of the Nürburgring. And then number of drivatars is fine. And then mostly clear in the afternoon. Kind of seems like it's the GT7 style. So we'll try this first. What's going on, Joe? We're doing Forza first, then we'll compare the same track, same car in GT7 and just see what the games are like. I have a Thrustmaster T598. Give me 1 second here. I'm going to put my speech chat up on this other screen. That way I could hear your comments. And then we're going to start off with a one lap here. So. Sorry, I have the clutch on and I don't need it on this car. So I like the radar. I really enjoy that part of it. Having this radar and like the bings and everything It really makes the racing feel a little bit more, I don't know, competitive. Like in GT7, my experience is even on the hardest difficulty, once you start to pass them, they pretty much give up. And they really kind of fight you tooth and nail in this game when you go to pass them and stuff. So you got to be careful with them. I think graphics wise, like both games I'm going to have running at 4K. This game's running at 4K basically because I have it on 1080, but I have it on 200% resolution scale or whatever. My bad. And then same with GT7 natively runs in 4K, so about the same graphics wise, I think, honestly, at this point. I don't have the AI on this game on the hardest difficulty, I'll be honest, because I just don't play it enough yet. And I will be playing on the hardest on GT7, so we'll see that difference. But as far as the difficulty of the AI goes, like I don't think GT7's on the hardest difficulty, very difficult. This seems like if it was on the hardest difficulty, it'd be much harder, to be honest. As far as the views go, I had to set these views up custom to make them even acceptable, but I think the views are a lot better on GT7. I do like this view a little bit more than any view in GT7, but my problem with this one is it kind of is hard to see your peripherals, whereas this one gives you a little bit better sense of the track. So we'll do this one, Nordschleife on this, and then we'll just switch right over to GT7. Oh, my bad. Let's take advantage of the Forza Rewind. I think the brakes are a little less sensitive on this game. You kind of have to get used to each game, you know? But I'm so used to GT7 that I kind of just go right into it and don't think about it, you know? As far as the steering wheel feel goes and everything, it feels really good on Forza now. Forza Horizon doesn't feel great, honestly, but this feels pretty good. There's not really recommended settings for this wheel on their website, but I just used the Forza Horizon settings and then left all the in-game settings kind of at their defaults other than the dead zones and stuff. And see, now I'm almost already in first place, and you're going to see in GT7 it's going to take me a lot longer than to right now to get to first place. Could be wrong. So I'll probably bump up the difficulty on this now that I'm used to the game a little bit more. Kind of scary. I don't know if it's the car's brakes are just not great or if it's me, but I usually don't crash like really a whole lot on this track. Everybody excited for the Super Bowl? If you could tell from my shirt, I wish I had a Super Bowl right now. Let's try to get a little bit more popping off on this. So I'm just not controlling the Hyundai very well. 0.3 seconds. Ay, 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 ay. I keep forgetting this is a road car, you know? And that's my fault, so. Now, I will say, for whatever reason in this game, once you start getting cars that are like 800 or 900 performance points, the steering becomes extremely loose and really, really hard to drive for some reason. And I don't really understand it. Maybe it's something real like cars do. They got like super strong power steering or something, but I don't think so. Maybe it's just something I don't understand. Kind of totally pussyfooted around in that one, didn't I? Probably could have went faster to there, but oh well. I'm just trying to get, like, show you guys where this game's at now and how good it feels on a wheel and stuff, because I was pretty surprised yesterday, I would say. I gotta move my chair a little bit after this race because it's a little far away. Honestly, I could go for doing that right this second. Give me a little scoochy. I do like that this game lets you downshift whenever you want. GT7 does not let you downshift whenever you want. I don't know if there's a setting I could change in GT7, but I'm just not pushing the brakes enough. It's not even like a inertia thing or anything. I'm just not pushing them enough. We'll see what kind of time we get here, and then we'll try to beat it in GT7, which I guarantee won't be a problem, but we'll see. Is the game a little quiet? I know I'm usually louder than the game, but is it a little quiet? We'll compare the volume to GT7 in a second here. Okay, so it wasn't really a valid lap, to be honest, because of all the little flying off the tracks I did, but we're talking probably about 11-minute lap on this. I'm having a feeling that I'm going to beat it on the GT7 pretty easily. I could be wrong. Okay, so we're going to switch over to GT7. Let me just mute this game here real quick. We'll switch over. But I gotta mute this game or else I can't. Or else I cannot. Oh. 1 second, guys. All right, now I have that muted and I just need to bring my sound back from GT7. I'm sorry, this is a little hard to do, but it's nice to be able to do it right back to back. I just have to do a little bit of weird stuff to do it. Listen to it on this device, please. Oh my goodness. Oh. Now I can hear is the frickin'... Oh, maybe the PS5 isn't making any sound. I don't know. It doesn't appear that it is. 1 second here. Now I gotta switch. Boom. Boom. All right, come back. Yeah, we got sound. It was just that there's no sound here. Sorry about that. We got the Elantra in again, and we're gonna do the Nürburgring again. We're gonna just compare the two games. Well, I'll do it afternoon clear, I guess, but I really don't think that it's really afternoon clear. We'll compare mostly the lap time because I don't know if I'll beat these guys, honestly, on hard difficulty or whatever, but we'll see. So when you're just coasting straight, the force feedback is not nearly as like unnecessarily strong. It almost still feels like I have power steering until I start going into the corners, which is a little bit more realistic feeling, honestly. It's a lot lighter, but it's not out of control. Graphics wise, whoops. I think you got more views really on Forza. I like this hood view more on GT7 though. So Sophie's a little bit more feisty, I would say, like Forza. But the normal AI in GT7 is not nearly as feisty. They kind of hang back. Or they just do their own thing, really, more than try to be aggressive. That's my opinion. There's not as much feeling, which is actually surprising, coming from one to the other now. To be fair, this is a road car, so I don't know that the steering should have been as stiff as it was in that other car on the Forza. Graphics-wise, I think this game still has the edge, honestly, now looking at them both back to back. It seems like maybe this is a little bit louder than Forza was, so we'll fix that. Average volume is a little bit louder on this game. What's going on? I don't know how to say your name, I apologize, but hello. I don't know, the control of the car in this game is almost mindless to me, like, but I've practiced it all the time, so. But there's not a lot of moments in this game at this point where the car does stuff that's super unpredictable to me, whereas in Forza that still happens. My bad. Well, there we go. Let me get the lap time up on the screen in a second here so that we can compare it to. This is the Elantra N, just a stock Elantra N. Let me get that. We will display the race info only. One thing I don't love about Sophie, and I don't know why they have it on as default, is them like making all their little sounds when they're happy or upset. But I guess you could kind of consider that like the radar sounds that I was praising in the Forza game. No problemo. I just figured it's a pretty baseline car to compare, you know. Easy to drive, not too fast. And not too perfectly controlling, I guess. It's a few times now where I've just like put myself in a bind like that on both games. I played BeamNG Drive last night for the first time with this wheel, and man, you gotta be careful. That if you crash, it could hurt you really bad, honestly. If you had your fingers in the wrong place or something, snap, bro. Privyet. That's all I know. And I know Do Svidanya. Shoo! For sure, especially with Forza. Forza's brutal. If you try to return to the track, they'll just smash right into you. I've noticed when you're like right, so here's a good example, and you might see this in another game when we look at it. You get right up on these dudes, and I mean like right up on them to go to pass them and stuff. They're kind of aware that you're there, and then like when you're passing them, they won't come smacking into you to follow their racing line. But in Forza, they'll do whatever it takes to follow their racing line. It's kind of annoying because you'll pass them and then they'll just start slamming into you. We'll see if we can make an example out of that. Yeah, I appreciate you. Sorry I can't say the names. See, and it's taken me a lot longer to get to the front of the pack here. I don't even know if I'll see the first place person because it seems like they're way ahead or something. Well, we're only 5 seconds behind. Way more like, I don't know, it's lighter so it feels less rigid and less simulator-y, I guess, but it also feels more organic, like you're driving a real car. We'll try a different track. You guys have any requests as far as track goes? You guys really love a track that's in both games? We could do Laguna Seca, we got Spa, I got Le Mans, I believe. Monza, did I say that already? Spa, okay. With the low camera, that's, are you saying like this? Can we do cockpit? We could do some cockpit. Oh, not enough. I apologize. What's our final time? We saved like 50 seconds almost. See how much better the time was just on GT7? Yeah, then I ruined it all at the end. Yeah. I appreciate it, like a dork. Alright, so we're gonna do Spa next, yeah? Yeah, we'll do the cockpit view in Forza. So let's switch back to Forza. This is a little rough trying to go between the two. Not really though. We're gonna set the default. Boom. I'll turn this one off. Can't hear this game anymore. And then Thrustmaster says you're supposed to turn it off after every time, but I keep just plugging it in like a complete jackass. M3 BMW. Maybe. Some of the cars in Forza are really awful handling, so I try to stick kind of with the ones that I know. I could try an M3 like GT3 car, but I also wanted to keep it really fair between them, so I'll try. I do want to take your suggestion. I don't want to be like a jackass, but I also just too nervous. I'm just going to slide the car all over the place and get frustrated. How am I going to switch this input? Come on now. Go home and... I'm down. We'll do the spa and then we'll do... I appreciate that, you guys. Yeah, no, we'll do Laguna Seca. I'm down with it. I don't know what's happening. I'm so confused. I'm sorry, you guys. This is so confusing. I'm like trying to talk to the chat. Alright, let's get out of this. Yes, I want to exit. Sorry. So goofy trying to switch between the two like that. I'm gonna boost the volume of this game up a little bit because Forza is a little bit quieter than GT7 is. Race and free play, we're gonna do spa. I'll try the Elantra N for one more and then we'll get a different car, okay? We'll do 2 laps just like this. Mostly clear afternoon. We'll just do clear. Oh. I love Laguna Seca. Oh yeah, I love it. One track this game has that GT7 doesn't have that I really love is Mugello. That's a really good track. And then the new Fujimi Kaido is really cool. There's a lot of the Virginia International Raceway is really cool. So there's a lot of really good tracks in this game that's not in GT7. I'm just trying to do a comparison right now, and then we can open it up and we can try different cars and stuff like that if you guys want. I really appreciate all the views. Oh, okay. No, I appreciate you. Oh, I gotta tab back into the game. Oh, my bad. Wrong button. Didn't mean to do that. Honestly, the view button is different. Hey. This one is Forza, so this is Forza Motorsport now, the newest one. But yeah, you know, and the only reason that I don't play the old ones is just because I got this wheel and stuff. Back in the day, I didn't have the wheel and everything, and I love the controller. Forza is really good on the controller. I think if you're just gonna play in controller, the Forza's better, honestly. That's my opinion. I know they got the turning the controller thing on GT7, but I'm not into that. I like the clutch. That's what used to get me on Forza games with the controller, was you could push the clutch button in and shift. You know? This game looks really good too, you know? And I honestly didn't think it looked very good until I upscaled it. I put it at 200% of the resolution in the game settings, and now it looks pretty good.
Seconds.
I'm being a little bit of a jerk driver, I apologize. They're giving me penalties for it if it makes you feel better. See, I'd have to like go back and know which one's Forza 4, man, because honestly I just don't... I'm getting a little distracted. But I don't know which one is which. I love playing with my friend. He'd come over after school and we'd play Forza. Yeah. This one is Forza Motorsport. I was gonna put the titles down at the middle, but I forgot to do that. I love the Alpha 4C. Is my favorite car in GT7. I mean, so I don't know. It's just the AI does different stuff, you know. You guys saw how in GT7 I mostly avoided everybody. So I got a little distracted there. I wasn't really bumping into the AIs on GT7, you know? Not to give myself a pass. Also keep shifting way too early for some reason. You guys think I could get first place by the end of this lap? We'll see. The birds are cool. Oh. See, why are you braking? It's probably just, you guys are just thinking it's me. I know it's probably, wow, that's crazy. Are the penalties unfair or do I just drive like a complete asshole? I'm not really sure. Hey, what's up? Woo! Little of both, probably. Yeah, I am kind of a menace then. I'll take it. I gotta get first place. Whoa. I'll try to be nice and pass this guy in first place nicely. My inner Brazilian. Alright, well, everybody look out. Everybody look out. Oh, a small time gain. There was no one around to go Brazilian on. Okay, I'm driving like a butt. But that's okay. More just to try to compare the two games, you know? What do you guys think so far? Forza or GT7 as far as graphics and all that stuff? I should start a poll, but I can't. If I move my cursor off the screen, it starts freaking out. We'll start a poll after this one.
Time penalty is 1.3 seconds.
You know, this one I think is an older gen. You want to try it? Entire modeling. I think that this is more. Yeah. I'm gonna switch over. So we're doing Spa, we're doing Elantra, and tire modeling. I got modeling, I just saw modeling. I didn't see tire modeling. I think the tire modeling is almost non-existent, or at least not like discernible that there's something going on in GT7, honestly. But maybe I'm just ignorant. But I don't think GT7 has like some very intricate tire modeling. You could tell that Forza is like when the tires are warming up and stuff, it really is happening. See, I get you because like I said, GT7 feels lighter, but it feels more organic. And then in Forza, it really feels like you're just fighting a race car, which is cool too, but it's just like, I'm not a person who drives a race car every day other than this game, so it's harder, it's a little bit more racing feel, physical feel. Let me switch my audio device, you guys. I apologize, but it's easy to get distracted here. So I want to turn off the GT7 sound. Or I want to turn it back on, I apologize. And then we want to go to a different device for the game audio. Then I want to switch my TV over. We're going to do Spa. And we're going to do Spa and then Elantra. And then you guys want a different... You guys said the BMW already. We could do an M3 BMW. I don't know which one you would... Or was it an M3 or did you say M4? Excuse me. I look back here. I could pick any car you want. Most people think GT7 so far, huh? All right, let's go to the other track. Same kind of thing. We'll do it on the hardest difficulty again. Color on this is not quite as good. We're all good, right? We got the game audio going through for you guys and everything. I feel like the traction control feels a little bit... I like that you can control it in this game. You have like adjustable levels. Just driving like ass, I apologize. This view is not my favorite. This is definitely my favorite view. Makes me do the best on the flat screen. I keep driving so bad, it's kind of embarrassing. You guys think the graphics are better in this? Back to back, do you think looking at them back to back? That man, Chopper, appreciate it. We'll still get first place. I ain't worried about it. Mount Panorama. Yeah, the Horizon is cool, and I love the open world thing, if I had to be honest with you, but the thing that does kind of suck about it is it gets to the point where it's like, I don't know what to do. Like, my girlfriend and I were playing, and it's like, what event should we do? Like, it's almost overwhelming. You know? Anybody agree with that? Sound-wise, does one sound better or the other? What do you guys think? Oh, buddy. Okay, let's get first place. Come on, we can't be messing around. I feel like I'm making this Hyundai beg for its life here at this point. For the tires, at least. Yeah, it's all computers, yep. This is the Sophie AI, it's on the hardest. I'll try to bump up the difficulty on Forza because it seemed like it was a little easy too, to be honest. But they did beat me, so... Damn. Like you said, it's a little harder to race while talking, for sure, but... I do it all the time, so no excuse. Hello. Thanks for being here. You guys excited for the Super Bowl? Anybody really excited for the Super Bowl? Think the sound's better in Forza? I might agree with that. What a jackass I am today. But it's just more for fun. I'm not like trying to be ultra competitive or anything, but still. Come on, give me that first place. Do a panorama with the M3 like GT3 car maybe or something, BMW GT3 car. I would do the stick shift and all that, but I don't want to. Too many cables to change. On the PC, it's like 3 cables. It's like, damn. Let me in! Let me in! Come on! Hello. I don't think we're gonna get first place, boys and girls. We tried. Maybe. Alright, that was a little rough. But basically the same I did on the Xbox though, or the PC. Alright, we're going back. Boom. We're gonna turn the thing off first, just to be nice. We'll plug it back in, ski, to the computer, ski, and you guys wanted to do GT3 or BMW M3 and then an M4? Is that what you decided? Dun, 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 dun. Alrighty, we're gonna pick an M3 and we're gonna try to pick one that's gonna be kind of in both games. I'm sure there is one that's kind of in both games, or we could just get like an E46 or something like that, I guess. I do like that you can just hop in with any car that you want and just play. Is it cool if we do Bathurst? It's kind of what I'm thinking. We'll do a nighttime. Nighttime Bathurst, and we'll see what the nighttime looks like compared to each other. I think it's 3 laps on Gran Turismo. So we'll do that. Oh, I thought it was going to give me a chance to choose a different car, to be honest. Okay, here we go. Is the Alpine in both games, though? Just because I'm trying to compare the 2 cars and see how they are, you know? But somebody already asked for a BMW, so I'm going to do that. Let's do like a 2010 or 2008 M3 or something. Is that cool? Is that what you're thinking? I'm just trying to get something that's in both games, you know? I love this car. This is like my favorite BMW for sure. The way it looks and everything. We'll try one after this then, okay? I'm sorry, brother. We got like a previous request, you know? Oh, that really takes you out of it. If people are cool with it, I'm switching to this bumper cam. I've noticed multiple times now that cars will just change colors like this. I don't know if it's like lost its texture or if it's actually changing color. Okay. Let's just restart the race, I guess. I don't think my force feedback was set on correctly. But this is what I was talking about, where just some of these cars in this game just drive like complete doo-doo chunks. It's like I could drive this car in GT7, so I don't know what the deal is. You're not convincing me that it's somehow like an uncontrollable car. Hell, I could drive this car in real life, like it's not an uncontrollable car. I know, wasn't that bad? That was pretty bad. I just don't have traction control helping me out at all, so. Hey, how's it going? We'll do what we can. I think the nighttime graphics are better in this game. Forza feel... No, so look at some of these things that I'll notice and point out to you on the nighttime in Forza versus GT7 is you see how the tail lights are like kind of glowing off of the previous tire thread and stuff. That's something that I don't really believe is part of the game in GT7, but we'll look together and we'll see. Ooh, that no traction control in this game is very scary, dude. I'm telling you, you cannot just stomp the gas at all. Even with no traction control in GT7, you can kind of stomp on it. But this is like a real car where you just lose it. See that? We're getting some crazy oversteer and stuff. They're definitely kind of tentative on this track and this. So yeah, I like that on the fly I can change my traction control in GT7 because it lets me get control of a car like this if I'm like... I think like the lights, when you play in VR and stuff, the lights and everything look really good on GT7. But we'll compare, Because I played this last night and convinced myself that it looks better at nighttime than in GT7. But I'm not 100% sure. I keep shifting like a complete moron, so I apologize for that. I'm not like 100% focused on being the best racer possible right now, you know? I think the AI is a little more challenging in this game, honestly. It seems more about like getting a good clean pass in this game. That in GT7 they kind of roll over a little bit. I've said that before. These guys don't really roll over for you at all. They just totally want to dominate. I'm not the hugest fan of the single-player races having people's drivatar names, because then it gets confusing if I'm watching a multiplayer race or if I'm watching a single-player race, you know what I'm saying?
Penalty is 0.5 seconds.
I mean, I feel like that's not deserved, but okay. Okay, that's true. I mean, just like you're saying right now, the LEDs definitely are not distinct and individual like in GT7. It's also a little bit fuzzier. Like, the picture is about the same in the daytime, I would say, but at nighttime it's a little bit fuzzier. I don't know, that's probably more a resolution thing than anything else. But like I said, I'm running this at 4K on this screen, so shouldn't be a resolution thing. Go, one more lap to get up at the top.
Final lap.
And I know I can't drive and I suck at everything, but I'll try. I just had to get used to the car. That first lap I did really bad. Now that I'm used to the car, it's not so bad. I'm a little tentative though, for sure. Is this like a Utes thing? What is that? Uh-oh. Don't do it to me. Don't do it. Okay, we got it back. Whoa, here we go with the swoopiness, dude, I'm telling you. That's pretty shitty. But I still bet you I can beat this guy here then. We'll see. It looks like some kind of truck thing. But then it looks like it's an Alfa Romeo. No, it's some Vauxhall or something. I know this isn't probably people's favorite view, but this is the best view for me to just drive, you know? I don't know what. For real? Yeah, they like swoop into you. This is exactly what I'm talking about. I'm clearly passing him at like a speed delta that's crazy, and he's like, I'll swoop over at the last second. Dude, I'm sorry, you guys. I can't. I literally refuse to lose this race to this guy going 20 miles per hour slower than it needs to be into this corner and ruining my corner. That is not what's gonna happen. I don't know why this car won't stop either.
Time penalty is 2.5 seconds.
Whatever, I don't care at this point. Yeah, I don't know why the car wouldn't stop. That was weird. Whatever, though. You guys can hate. I don't care. You guys can hate me on that one. It'd be deserved, but it's all good. Alrighty, let's move on to the same track in GT7. Need to make sure I set my force feedback profile first, because if I don't, then I'll just forget. So we're plugging this baby in, bam! We're switching back over to the GT7 on the monitor. And we're switching our sound back. Boom, boom, listen, boom. Bam, 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 bam. Bathurst. E92 M3. I have one. It's all tuned up though. One thing to compare, since I'm doing it right now anyway, would be that I will just drive the one I have, because who cares at this point, you know? One thing to compare though will be I can use the stick shift without plugging in 29 things on GT7, which is really nice. So let's do that. This doesn't work without being plugged into the computer, unfortunately. It only really works for drifting games and stuff like that. YouTube. We'll do the interior view on this one, why not? So it's not really nighttime. Wow. We'll start pointing out some of the differences now at this point, because I don't want to just do the same track over and over. But you see, the nighttime, it's pretty bland looking. Now, maybe there's more of a nighttime that's not one of these presets situations, but honestly, I think that the tire tracks on the track and everything like that, shimmering off the lights, is pretty Forza thing, honestly. Hey, what's up? How's it going? The lighter steering feel does tend to make it a little bit easier to drive these manual cars, I'll say that. What a battle. See how they kind of get a little bit out of your way? Forza, they'd just be stuck there. You couldn't really get past them very easy. You can't see past this dude. You're doing a little bit of burning the clutch in these gear shifts. I definitely passed. I don't know if it was me that made that guy crash, but that was a pretty bad pass. Pretty unclean. Brakes feel a little bit better in this game, honestly. Get myself into the podium here, at least. "15 seconds behind first place, that's wild. Look at that, there's that 4. Oh man, I misjudged that on the other track too at the last lap. I know, it is pretty awesome, man. So now while we're here, and I don't really want to switch around too much, let's look at some of the things that make this game a little bit unique. I mean, they have the Sophie AI, they have a way cooler UI, I think, and it's something that you won't be able to see in this format, but just the way that you're able to navigate around things is a lot easier. The event directory right here, you can go through all of the different races on this screen. And then you could go and you can get each track and you can do each kind of event you want to do. Really cool and easy. And then they have these weekly challenges that you can do every week. So they do a lot of stuff to keep you engaged. And it's not that the other game doesn't do it, but this is just laid out better. I think it's one criticism I have of Forza. There's also some like fake tracks in this game, which are cool, but there's also real tracks in the other game that are just not in this game. So I think everybody really likes Tokyo Expressway. So we'll do a Tokyo Expressway. We'll do it with this car because it's just nuts. And we'll do East. We'll do with the Sophie. So I'll show you some kind of the exclusives for each game that I find really fun, or that most people find really fun. didn't get a podium, but it was really fun. Car just kind of limits itself because it's only got 5 gears. So that sucks. But whatever. So we're done with that one. Let me show you another track that I think makes Forza really good. There's a couple tracks that I just really love in Forza, and I'll show those to you. And I'll switch the sound over. Okay, and then I'm gonna switch my video device. Switcherino. I'll do like 2 more races on Forza and then I'll probably call it on this stream, but I really appreciate all the views that I got. Appreciated it. You want me to try a Ferrari or something? I'll try some Ferraris. Well, yeah, let's do a Ferrari. Let's try like a 296 GT3 car if they got one or something like it. Hearts to you, 100. Yeah, we bought that car. So let's just go to free play. I want to show you 2 tracks that I think are really awesome and almost make it worth just downloading both games and having them, because if you're like me and you got a PC and a PS5, you could just play both, really. There's no like debate, but we'll try Ferrari, you know, and I'm a little worried that I won't be able to control it, but we'll do it on a track I like and I know pretty well. Ferrari. There's this GT, and then there's a 488 Challenge. There's the 458 GTC. I don't know what that means, really, to be honest. Wow, they got the old F1 cars and stuff, huh? That's pretty cool. Alright, I'm thinking this 488 or 458. And then I wanted to show you guys Mugello is one of my favorite tracks, and I don't know why it's not in the other game. We'll do it at sunset and it'll be cloudy, partly cloudy. This is classic for me. There's this one, and then there's Virginia, and then there's Fujimi Kaido. We'll end on Fujimi Kaido because that's the best track. I think in like racing almost, to be honest. It's really fun. It's like the second Nürburgring or something, the Japanese Nürburgring. Let me get some soda pop. Gosh, you know, I could go for a cheeseburger so bad right now. I'm sure you could tell just by looking at me. If you were to just look at me for 2 seconds, you could tell I could use a cheeseburger really bad. All right, let's try it. I don't know if I can even drive this car. We'll do the cockpit view for you guys this time. Oh, my bad. Can't be tabbed out of the game and click on anything else. All right. Oh, let me change my force feedback settings. Honestly, can't drive like that. If it's cool, I'm just switch it back. It's so smooth when it goes through the corners. It's not something that I'm used to. And this is what I was talking about. Some of these cars, they get to the point where they're like, they get really light once they get to a certain performance metric for some reason. Maybe it's just because the car is really light, you know? Hopefully this hood view isn't bad. This is just the easiest view to use with the steering wheel for some reason. You would think this would be a good one, but it's too zoomed out sometimes. I mean, it looks good. And then this one's good too, but it's almost like, I don't know what it is about it, but it's like a little bit harder.
Last lap, let's go.
I got smoked on this one, man. I could retry it, but I'm just gonna go to the next track so I can show you guys the tracks that I think are really cool. Well, I'll tell you what it is that I'm used to being able to turn some traction control on and off in GT7, and then when I drive these cars in Forza, they just have no traction control, so I have to like learn to throttle it a little bit better, you know? So it's all my fault. It's not the game's fault. Just being fully transparent. This wasn't the full layout, which was like what I wanted to do, so maybe we could do it again and see how I do better now that I've adapted a little bit. I wanted to show you guys the full layout, but it just did the half-ass layout. Let's try it one more time now that I've gotten used to the car a little bit and see if I can't do a little better than that, because that's pretty bad. But like I told you, dude, I'm just not very good with some of these cars. Let's go back. We'll make it the full Mugello instead of the short circuit, because it's more fun. You got like the back straight and stuff. You know what I'm curious to try, because I love. No, they don't have it. All they have is like 1.4C. They don't have like the GT3 version. Okay, full circuits. Let's just make it clear in the middle of the day or something like that. You gonna watch the Super Bowl? I don't really do the Super Bowl stuff. We switched over to 64% of people on GT7 from like 80% at the beginning, so that's kind of cool. Changing hearts and minds. I'll give this another shot, you guys. See if I can't do a little better now that I... Right on. Hell yeah. Somebody was asking about Laguna Seca earlier. That's in both games. I love Laguna Seca too. VR is a big one. That makes GT7 a little bit better in that regard. Oh, I can't. Is there a racetrack there? Wouldn't be surprised. Here we go. Now we're getting the back section of the track. Yeah, this is a great track. Kind of getting my ass kicked though. Car's not confidence inspiring for me. How nice I am to slice into me like that. So yeah, that is frustrating. They don't do this in GT7 where they sit there and just smack into you and stuff. Cool vans. Not really sure why that guy was stopping in the middle of the track, but that's fine. We'll make it through it. If I can get better than 12th, I'll feel better than I did last time, because that's pretty bad. It's like I'm just coasting most of the time because the AI is sitting in front of me. So it's harder to pass than anything. They just literally brake check me and then I get 2.5 second penalties. That is really annoying. Like coming from another game where I know the AI is 100% capable of not slamming into me for no reason, it is pretty annoying to get penalized for it too.
Penalty is 0.5 seconds.
That's not my fault, you know, like I'm coming in on the right hand side of him, he's getting squeezed, and then he decides to just push into me. That's his fault. I don't know what to say. Looking at the ground. I don't know, I'd have to watch it again. But they just, see that? They're just stopping. They come out of this and they stop, and then they come up here and they stop. It's just too hard to predict, really. You see what I'm saying? That never would happen, literally ever, in GT7 against the AIs. Where they're just like, ah, you could live in the dirt. I'm not saying it's wrong, I'm just saying I'm not used to it. Alright, let's try a different track now. We're almost at a 2-hour stream. I got like 20 more minutes in me and then I gotta jet ski. I don't know where I'm going, but... Bom, bom, bom. We'll end on Fujimi Kaido. I'm gonna pick a car that I like more, you know? We'll do this Golf R. This thing's fun to drive. And we'll do Virginia International Raceway. Is a freaking awesome track, dude. I need a cookie or something, dude. It's an awesome track, dude. Let's do this thing. I think I like it because it reminds me of PIR, which is the track near my house too, partly, but I love this. Just all the turns are great. Whoops, my bad. Right? Yeah, I need to just chill for a minute. I'm kind of out of work right now for a few months because I drive for Amazon, do the deliveries and stuff like that, but then I passed out while I was driving the other day, so the doctor said I couldn't drive anymore for 90 days. It wasn't a passing out, it was like a seizure is what they think it is, so I don't know what I'm going to do with myself, to be honest. You see that? The AI is just pushing me. Okay. I appreciate you. Yeah, I've been racing every day for like 8 months, so I know that it just seems like I just crash into these guys, but I'm just saying that compared to the game that I usually play, they have no situational awareness. They just push you off the track, flip you over, all kinds of stuff. And it's like, bro, I'm past you, dog. You can't just do that. Super slow. Right, oh cool. I appreciate you, man. You have a great rest. I hope you have a great day tomorrow. Damn, here we go. Let's just go back. The brakes just don't work the same as GT7 either. I'm maxing them out. Alright, let's put in one clean lap so I don't just look like a total jackass the whole time. And only like 90% of the time I look like a jackass.
Final lap. You got this.
Not a great start to that beautifully clean lap that we were going to try to get ourselves into. Let's get a clean lap. I feel like I'm messing up these turns that are like super easy, but whatever. I need to take a break, like he said. And then it's starting to get frustrated, and I don't even care about some game right now. Alright, final lap. It wasn't a clean one, but it was pretty good, I guess. I'm going to show you guys the greatest track in all of racing, and then we'll be calling it after that. It's my personal opinion that this game is worth downloading and playing just for this track, because it's that good of a track. I'm not very good at drifting or anything like that. I know people love drifting on it, but I find it just fun to just race on and just go as fast as possible. Let me get a car that I'm pretty confident with. I'm gonna get the Audi race car thingy. This guy right here, it's a good car. And we'll do Fujimi Kaido to end it for today. Full sunset. 3 laps? No way. Last race. What's going on, Rick? I might order a cheeseburger at this point, honestly. Hey, what's going on? We're doing the best track in Forza right now, the Fujimi Kaido.
Penalty is 0.5 seconds.
Hey, what's up? I was kind of on a kill streak there, but I pressed the reverse on accident. I had it going there for a second. Hey, what's up? How's it going, guys? Appreciate everybody. Kinda quit doing that. I tried, man. Stop! Terrible brakes. No traction. Woo! I'm doing very bad. I'll Google it. Where's the apexes at? Woo! Alright, boys and girls, I appreciate everybody for being here. Definitely got rustier and rustier as I went along, but that's alright, whatever, you know, it is what it is. But I will see you in the next video. I'm not really sure what else I'm doing today. I'll probably race some more. I was thinking about doing some circuit experiences for GT7. So, that, or I might check out some farming simulator or something. I will see you in the next one though. Be sure to subscribe if you like this video. I do these pretty often. I wouldn't say every day, but I am kind of crippled now into this chair for 90 days, so